Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson,
I'm Nick Kinsel.
I'm Tom Hoblin.
and we're talking Daytona for the Cup Series. It is the regular season finale. It is going to be dramatic, and we got the Truck Series going back to the Milwaukee Mile for the first time since 2009. So it is going to be one hell of a weekend, boys.
Yeah, it's
one
it's
spot,
about
one spot
one
left.
spot available. People still want points for whatever reason. It's going to be about survival. It's going to be wild.
Yep, that's for sure, because we know how treacherous Daytona is. And with all these guys on the line to get that playoff spot, it's going to be wild. But let's talk Xfinity. They got 3 races left in their regular season. They got Daytona, Darlington, and then Kansas, and they start off at Bristol for their playoffs. So for the third race left in the regular season at Daytona, we got the Wawa 250. They are sponsoring 5 race cars this weekend too, which is cool to see across 3 or 4 different teams. So there's like 5 different Wawa cars going to be out on the track. So
did Marcus Lemonis buy Wawa or something?
Right, but
it's the Camping World Las Vegas race all over again.
Wawa had faith in Natalie Decker, so she is going to be in this one, boys. So
oh hell yeah, okay.
Is she ain't it? She's probably got to qualify, right?
I think there's
Or is her
only
car that
38
she's
cars.
racing? I think no, one car's going home. I think
No,
okay.
MBM is not in this race because they couldn't get an engine from Roush, so
okay.
everyone can make it
sucks.
in. So,
okay.
oh man,
Oh
it's gonna be
boy,
a lot of there's gonna be a lot of tore up race cars in this one.
Oh, for sure.
That's if she stays with the pack, so which won't happen. So,
but there's going to be a lot of tour up race cars.
no,
because
yes,
Xfinity.
regardless.
This is
regardless.
because it's the Xfinity. It's not because like this isn't even the cutoff. Could you imagine if the Xfinity race was the cutoff race at Daytona?
Oh my god!
You'd have 7. They'd find a way. You'd have a Talladega Nights situation where they'd get it down to 2 cars and they'd still wreck.
Yeah,
like it'd be silly.
I just hope if Natalie does wreck, I hope she can stay with the wrecker and not get destroyed this time.
Oh, Natalie.
But the Wawa 250 is 250 miles, 100 laps. Stages 1 and 2 are 30 laps each, and the final will be 40. Last year's winner was Jeremy Clements, his second career win. That was really cool to see for that team. Most wins tied here with 3 teams. We got Joe Gibbs Racing, RCR, and Colleague all tied with 3 wins. Most manufacturer wins is Chevrolet with 15 wins. And some notables that we got in this one. Jordan Anderson is back behind the wheel of a race car. Pretty cool to see for him after what he went through at Talladega last year. So he'll be in
his first one back.
I believe so.
He wants to get back into a super speedway car. Okay, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude's got
some. This is where he shines. This is where he.
Stock car drivers are absolutely the craziest people on earth. Like you can't. The dude was burned alive, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll do that again."
Oh yeah, man, he loves it. He loves the thrill. But this just means that Jeb Burton, he's going to be driving a 3rd car for Jordan Anderson Racing. That's going to be the 22, and it's pretty cool. They got the throwback paint scheme from his dad. Oh man, Ward Burton's old paint scheme, that looks badass. So I can't wait to see that out on the track.
They did a good job with that.
Absolutely. All right, and it's still to be determined on the 10 and 19. Pretty much, I think Bob said that the 10 is going to be driven by Justin Haley. That's usually their super speedway guy. And 19 was still listed as Kyle Busch from
Ty Gibbs.
As Ty Gibbs, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
So
throwback.
Yeah. What year is it? So we shall see the news on the 19 coming here in the next few days. But boys, who do we got winning on Friday night in Daytona? Tom, we'll start off with you.
I think that RCR wants to solidify their playoff lineup, and I think the 21 will do whatever he can to push that 2 to the win. Sheldon Creed gets it done. Daytona.
I like it. And this guy has been through hell as an Xfinity driver. just always seems to be caught up in something. So I hope he
Well,
can
look at
survive.
last week. Literally, look at Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
He's in the prime position, and then he hit some oil. He ran
Yep.
over some oil, and he got out of the groove.
Yeah.
And then there came Sam Mayer. Man,
Ugh.
that had to have been so heartbreaking for Sheldon Creed right there. So I like that pick.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
see
real
why he
solid.
couldn't do it.
All right, Nick, who you got winning for Xfinity?
I'm gonna go with a guy who also I feel like he's due. He's due to have himself a race, and that's the 48 of Parker Klingerman. I believe he is below the cut line, right?
Yeah.
He's either got that
one
last
spot out. He's one spot out.
one spot out. He's one spot out. It's been a tough year for the 48. They've had some good runs, and then it's just had a lot of stuff not go their way. And I just think that this is a track where Parker can go and he can get it done. He's been fast on the super speedways. So yeah, I think this is his time to shine, and he's going to lock himself into the playoffs, and he's going to really start giving me some heart attacks. I think that will drop Daniel Hemrick to the bubble, or at least to like 11th. So really not hoping that happens, but it would be cool to see Parker Klingerman win.
Yeah,
That
this
would
is
be
a team that doesn't always execute perfectly, but at a track like this has to be circled.
Oh yeah.
To where they know it's not mostly about the team execution, but as long as you can keep it the draft, you're in it and you can win it. So it's a good spot.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I guess I'm also going for a guy who's pretty much due at this point. This guy's been out driving the equipment that he's in. Anthony Alfredo in that 78 for BJ McLeod. We've known BJ McLeod in this sport for a very long time, and they have not brung heavy hitters of cars. But this year, Anthony Alfredo has just brought out the speed in that 78. He's been contending for top 15s, top 10s, been looking fantastic. I think this is the place where we'll finally see him cross the finish line into first place and go to victory
You
lane.
want to talk about a shake-up to the playoff standings right there. Oh
He's
my
sitting in
God.
20th right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So he's already having a career year. I think this would just cap it off, and I think this would give him way better opportunities for his future.
I say,
Yeah, and again, it's another one of those spots where you don't have to have the best equipment to win this race. Again, Jeremy Clements won this race last year,
right? Literally, yeah,
with the one full-time employee or something. So like, he can get it done. A lot of these guys can get it done. That's something like these late season super speedway races are so intriguing to the fans, just in general. It's because you'll hear names you're not used to hearing all year, and it's a crapshoot on who's gonna score the win.
Yeah,
not to say that it's left up to chance, but it's so many people are capable, because there is a certain set of skills that it takes to race like this.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But guys, let's talk the Cup Series race. The Coke 0400 final race of the regular season. 400 miles, 160 laps. Stages 1 and 2 are 50 laps each, and the final will be 60. Last year's winner was Austin Dillon after he survived the mayhem when it started downpouring. Everyone wrecked. Got himself into the NASCAR playoffs with that win. Some notables
that
in
win
this
should
one.
be encumbered. You should take that win away from him. That shouldn't count. That's stupid.
I wish.
That race was dumb.
Yep.
And it was nobody's fault. It's just water. But
yeah, it just started raining out of nowhere. It's yeah. Some notables in this one: Chandler Smith, he'll be in that 13 for Colleague. Riley Herbst will be in a third ride for Front Row Motorsports in the 36. They got Monster Energy on the car, and that car looks pretty badass. So should be pretty cool to see how he performs with these Cup Series guys in a what should be a pretty competitive ride from what we've seen out of Front Row, especially Front Row at Super Speedways.
Huge. That's huge for Front Row to bring
Super Speedways.
That's huge for Front Row to bring a sponsor like Monster Energy onto one of their cars. So that's huge for them right there.
This is an SHR prepped car too, but either way, FRM, it's going to have some speed for Riley. So hopefully he can keep up with these boys and not make any mistakes like we've seen out of him
Yeah.
in the Xfinity series. But either way, huge opportunity for this young driver. Josh Berry, he's going to be in the 42 for Legacy, and Austin Hill will be in the 62 for Beard Motorsports. And we know he is one hell of a super speedway driver, guys. So look out for Austin Hill this weekend for both races. But Nick, we'll start off with you. Who you got winning Saturday night, and who do you think is going to take that final playoff spot?
So first I'm going to go with who I think is going to take that final playoff spot. And I think it is going to be Bubba Wallace. I don't think Bubba Wallace is going to win the race, but Bubba Wallace is his best option. If he's not going to win the race, he already needs somebody who's locked into the playoffs to go out and win this race. And for that reason, I'm taking the 6 car of Brad Keselowski. He locked himself into the playoffs last week at Watkins Glen, and it's just Brad's time to shine. I really do think it is. Chris Buescher's gone to victory lane 3 times since Brad took over at RFK, but Brad has yet to find victory lane in that 6 car. But I think that comes to an end on Saturday. He's just so good here. He's so good at these super speedway races. So I think he's going to go into the playoffs with a ton of momentum here by getting this win at Daytona. And because of that, Bubba Wallace will point his way into the NASCAR playoffs.
He's sitting 6th on points. He's just had a quietly good year.
Mm-hmm.
And again, he won the Bud Shootout or whatever they call it this year. So like he's been in victory lane in the 6 car, not for a points race, but it's at this track. I think that's an excellent pick. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Mr. Tom, who you got for Saturday, and who is going to point their way into that final playoff spot?
I think the only way that final playoff spot gets filled is with a win, but I don't think the list changes because Bubba is going to get it done. I think he's coming off a confident week, a surprisingly confident week from Watkins Glen. He was really happy, and he knows that the safest way to guarantee his spot is to go out there and sit in front of that pack all day, stay out of trouble, and win that race. And I think he is in the mental space right now. We've come a long way from Coda Bubba. And he knows what he's got to do. He's got to go get it done. And he's got people behind him that want to push him to that win. He'll have the 45 and the 11 doing whatever they can to push whatever they want.
Yep, that's a solid pick right there, and one of the best super speedway drivers right now, so definitely. But my pick for Saturday, we know him as one of the better super speedway drivers as well. And Nick don't like him too much. I'm going for that 31 of Justin Haley gonna win on Saturday night. I just got a gut feeling. I just got a gut feeling this kid is just super good on the super speedways.
It'll break my heart. My heart would absolutely drop.
Yep.
Well, that would be good because he would legitimately win a race on the Daytona International Speedway. Not that bullshit from a couple years ago.
Remember what we said about the weather in Florida? He could be leading and the same thing could happen again. Who knows?
Yeah, but I got a feeling in my gut that 31 is going to go to victory lane and take over that last playoff spot. So who knows, boys?
I think this is the perfect way to end the Cup Series regular season. You start here, you finish here. I don't really care about the 4th of July race. I know, come at me in the comments. Sure, whatever. I don't care. 4th of July can be spent at better places anyway. But the fact that this is like bookending the regular season and anything can happen, it's really intriguing. And if you miss out on the playoffs, you can't blame this race because you had 25 other races to get it done. So it's all on the drivers. We're going to set this playoff field. The storylines are all there. It's going to be intriguing to watch for sure.
Going to be insane. All right. And we got one more race to cap off this weekend. We got the trucks returning.
Yeah, we're gonna have
to the
all this drama build up on Saturday night, and all our adrenaline's gonna be rushing. And they're like, by the way, tune into the truck race on Sunday. Like Sunday at 1:00 after Saturday night. It's like, oh yeah, there's a race on, but like, ugh, come on. I don't think I'll be able to handle another race after Saturday night.
I'm cool with that. I love me some racing.
Oh yeah.
But trucks are returning to the Milwaukee Mile for the first time since 2009, so it's cool to see a revival for this track with NASCAR. K&N and ARCA, they've raced there kind of back and forth. But cool to see one of the top touring series come back to this track.
Yeah, and I read an article that the track owners and track promoters are really excited, hoping that this can, if they put on a good show this week, that maybe they can convince NASCAR to bring Xfinity or even Cup to the track.
Yeah, who knows?
So
I mean,
they're invested, they're dedicated. They want this to go well too.
Yeah, Milwaukee's a big sports town, so why not add NASCAR to it?
For sure. And it's close to us, so we could all go.
Yeah, that's right. It's like less than an hour and a half for us, so it's perfect.
We're not going this weekend, but
no.
I said we could go if they had more races for us to pull us in.
Yeah, just one race. I like to go for a weekend, but we'll see in the future how it goes. But for this weekend's race, we got the Clean Harbors 175 miles, 175 laps, just a hair over a mile for this track. Stages 1 and 2 are 55 laps each, and the final will be 60. Like I said, no race since 2009, so we got no data to back us up, because I think the only guy that we've seen race in 2009 was Matt Crafton.
Yeah.
So, boys, I'm going to go first for my pick, and it's a guy who's just been an ace on these flat, short tracks, and that is Ty Majeski. Wisconsin boy, too, so might as well take the win at your home track. That's all I can go off of for this pick.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pick him if you weren't picking him. So
yeah,
it just seems like a solid pick. It seems like with the way he performed at Richmond and then IRP, it doesn't seem like anybody else is really going to be doing it. So,
all right. Well, Tom, who you think is going to take the checkered flag Sunday afternoon?
The guy that finished first at Richmond and finished second at IRP. I think he was second at IRP, but we're going to go with the 42. He's been the only one that can really kind of show up and challenge the 98, and Challenge is doing a lot of work there because he's not really even been close to getting close to that 98. He got lucky in Richmond, didn't have anything for him at IRP, but 42's shown that he's a legitimate contender, and it's time to forget about everything he did in the past and just see what he can do in these playoffs. Yeah, definitely. It's his time to shine, and it would be a true testament if he can definitely give Ty Majeski a run for his money this weekend. And because we know Phoenix, that is also a flat short track. So, and we know that probably these two guys are going to be running for a championship. So might be giving us a little preview for what we see for this season finale.
Definitely.
All right, Nick, who you got for trucks?
Yeah, I mean, those are two very good picks by you guys. I mean, there's no data to go off of this, so I'm just going to go off of who's been running well this season. This is another guy who I think is going to be, come Phoenix time, he's going to be racing for a championship, and that's going to be Corey Heim in that 11 truck. Corey, he's been solid everywhere we go, so I expect nothing different
points
from him.
Leader, so
on Sunday, he is your points leader. He's consistent. He's good. So why not go get it done up in Milwaukee?
Again, it's the first round of the playoffs. It's not time to show off. It's not time to bury everybody. You just got to kind of survive the first two rounds, especially in the trucks. But I honestly, I haven't seen much out of the rest of the field for them to tell me that it's not going to be the 98, the 11, the 42, and the 38 in the championship 4. Yeah. I mean, again, Eckes is up there in third, but he hasn't blown anybody out of the water. So who knows? He may give a challenge. It may be up for grabs in that last spot to get to Phoenix, but I think history's almost already written in the truck series, and we just gotta wait it out and see. Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. Unless one of these guys just has a terrible playoff run, or they got engine issues,
That's your final four right there.
I mean, we've seen stranger things, but that's why you just got to survive and know what you got and know what to give.
Yep, exactly. But it should be an exciting weekend, guys. I am
Oh.
pumped to see how this regular season finishes off for the NASCAR Cup Series. So many drivers going for that one final playoff spot at a track where legitimately anyone can get it if you have the smarts for it. So, guys, do we have any final thoughts for drivers going to the track this weekend?
So, good luck.
Good luck, for sure.
Good
For
luck.
sure.
Bring an extra pair of underwear too. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be an expensive night for car owners. So good luck to them too.
Kyle
And
Busch
again,
gonna bust out the shirt.
well, luckily the trucks aren't going there, so we won't
Yeah,
need the
that's
shirt.
good.
But again, it's just we got to remember, really, especially when they took that 30-point benchmark away, or 30th in points benchmark away from the Cup Series. Anybody who's got a full-time ride is eligible for the playoffs, and we could see a lot of disappointment. It could be a very upsetting finish, just because maybe a deserving driver doesn't make the playoffs. And I mean, there's already drivers on this list that are deserving to make the playoffs that aren't going to make it. There's only one spot open.
Yeah.
But you could argue the 9 and the 48 and the 16 and the 99 and the 54 all deserve to make the playoffs of the years they've had. Well, Chase, not the year he's had, but
I think the 9 and the 48,
with his performance in the past.
No, yeah.
But like they've gone through other things. Like, again, 25 races, the 9s had 18 starts, the 48s had 22. Like, yeah, that sucks. Bowman broke his back racing, and he's probably not been the same. But that doesn't mean he's not a capable driver. We've seen him in the playoffs before. I mean, even further down the list, like Corey LaJoie, we know that car is fast. Who's to say he can't sneak out front somehow at the end and get into the playoffs, which would be a huge thing for Spire. Like, it's going to be an upsetting race to some degree.
Yeah.
Whether your guy crashes out. And again, you also have the regular season points. Denny's close enough to take over the top spot. It'd be a lot easier if he had 25 extra points from not getting penalized, but he's still close enough. He's still close enough to make it happen. It's just there's so many storylines to watch there. I'm so excited for the weekend.
Yep, should be a wild weekend for sure. But guys, thanks for tuning in. Comment down below who you think is gonna win this weekend, who's gonna take that final playoff spot. Gonna be wild.
Also, let us know why we're wrong.
Yeah,
that's always fun. Roast us a little bit.
I'd like to know why I'm wrong.
Bring it on,
Justin Haley.
Bring it on.
I'm sure Nick will make a few fake YouTube
I was gonna
accounts.
say I'm gonna make a spam account or something like that.
Make a burner account right now.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, guys, and make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram. So for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Kinzel.
I'm Tom Hoblin.
See you guys next time. Have a great weekend.